Hey guys, welcome back to Shop Dog Fabrication. So today what we're going to do is we're going to install and make aluminum bumper brackets for the rear bumper of my 70 Dart Swinger. I had already done a video on how to make the front bumper brackets for it and install the front fiberglass bumper. I still need to paint it, but I also picked up now a rear fiberglass bumper off someone. It has not been installed before. Unfortunately, it does have a little bit of damage here where somebody, dropped it or hit it with something and it, cracked it pretty good. So I'll have to fix these spider webs and I'll do another video on that. But basically, this thing is going to weigh a whole lot less than this original steel one. So let me go ahead and rip this thing off. We'll see how much it weighs compared to this one. And like I said, we'll make up some aluminum bumper brackets for it, mount it up, and I'll show you the process that I go through to make them. So with that said, let me tear this thing apart. Now we've got the bumper off, let's see how much this thing weighs. This bumper weighs 40 pounds. So I'm figuring I'm going to shave about 35 pounds off the car by putting on that rear fiberglass bumper. So now let's go ahead and start making the brackets and see how much weight we can actually shed. Alright guys, so I've got the bumper here sitting on my bench. And you can see this is the big stamping that I need to try and recreate somehow to mount the fiberglass bumper. One of the things that I need to do, as you can see, is this has got a nice big hump here. And the reason they put this here is it needs to clear the rear taillight lens housing. So, this is, I'll have to see what I can do. You can see it here. It's got, some contours. It's on both ends of this, so we'll have to maybe bend it, make a cut here, bend these and then weld that cut together. Same with this side is probably bend it, somehow and then do a cut, weld them back together. I'm not the world's greatest fabricator. I'm working to get myself better. So, I may have to kind of cut this piece out here, somehow bend these up, and then go ahead and, TIG a piece in here to help strengthen this to give me that clearance, for the housing. So we'll see what we can do here in a few minutes. I'm going to go ahead and finish disassembling the rear bumper, pulling the lenses out, pulling the backup or the backup light or license plate light out here, pull the opposite side apart, and then we'll start getting some cardboard and start doing some templates. Hey guys, so I've been working on trying to come up with a template here, and so this piece fits on here pretty good, as you can see. This is, like I said, a very difficult contour here, and I'm going to have to do this in multiple pieces and then TIG it all up, and so I'll definitely be improving my aluminum TIG welding when this is all done. So what I've done is kind of made a template out of tape. So I have a little bit of duct tape, put it on here, then you can see I just took some Sharpie, highlighted where the bends are. What I'll do now is I'll lift this off and I'll transfer it over to a cereal box. Like I said, I like to use this heavier, it's almost like heavy cardstock in a way. And then I'll transfer it over to that, cut it out, and then I'll set this all on here, and then we'll see what we have. So hang tight while I go ahead and peel this off, cut this out, and then I'll come back in a minute and I'll show you how this template finishes up, and then how many pieces I'm probably going to have to cut and TIG up. Alright guys, so now I've got several of the templates transferred over to the aluminum here. Again, I'm using 80 thousandths thick aluminum. So I'm going to go ahead and start cutting out these pieces, and then we'll start bending them and forming them after that, and start TIGging and tacking and see how this thing turns out. So with that said, hang tight while I go ahead and cut some of these pieces out. And I'll do just a high-speed laps real quick, so hang tight. Hey guys, so these came out really nice. They weigh about a pound each. I was able to improve my TIG welding skills quite a bit. You could try alumiweld and do the same thing. I TIG weld all these areas here, but I also went on the inside and TIG welded them as well. That way it just helps give much better reinforcement. Unfortunately, I ran out of welding gas, and one of the things I wanted to do was add some reinforcements on these outside edges just to give them a little more stability, especially this one where I had welded it together. That way, through road vibration and stuff, it won't over time fatigue and fracture. So, these and all were cut, I think, into 6 pieces, and, I took my time, tacked them all up, and then did all my finish welding. When I do the fiberglass bumper, along with these, the car actually weighs about 31 pounds lighter. So that's a big gain, especially also when I did the same for the front bumper, and that saved me about 30 pounds as well. So there's about 61, 62 pounds of weight I was able to reduce by picking up a couple of bumpers, off of Facebook Marketplace. I've only got a couple $100 into everything, and that's almost about 6/100ths of a second, I guess. That gets you closer to a full 10th for basically just reducing some weight. So I hope that what I did helped you. You saw in the pictures I used basically a vise. I used my hydraulic press to bend some of these, and just TIG welded, and then basically used a grinder or whatever else to do some little removal of some material to just get these to fit better. So, you can use what you have in your shop. It doesn't take a lot. I used 80 thousandths, again, thick aluminum. So I'm really happy with how stiff these came out, how well they turned out overall. So once I paint these, of course, you'll never see them because they'll be, attached to the car and behind the bumpers. But I hope what I was able to show you today will help you when you go to fabricate your own. So with that said, if you guys like what you see, please feel free to like, subscribe, hit the little bell for future content, and I hope to see you on the next video, and thank you everyone for taking the time to watch.